So that said, I have my weights off to the side, I have my mini band off to the side, I've got my mat in front of me, and I'm ready to go. So we're gonna start it up. Bring your feet nice and wide apart, no music yet. Let's just take our shoulders, shrug them up, down and back. Let's connect with the breathing there too. Up and exhale, down and back. One more time, up, down and back. Good, just kind of shake your body or move your body from side to side. So let your arms kind of be spaghetti noodles for a second. And then let's just shake out the legs and get her started. So we're gonna hit our playlist as a team in 3, 2, 1, hit it. Once you hit your playlist, I'm dealing with like 8 different things of technology. So if you're wondering why it's taken me a minute, I am not a technological person. So we're gonna get it started. Music is playing. If it's not my music, that's fine. Bring your feet nice and wide apart. We're gonna start with a nice deep squat. Rise up, roll the shoulders back. Deep squat down, rise and roll. 2 more, inhale and exhale. Rise and roll, 1 more, inhale, exhale, rise and roll. We're taking it to the corner and back and to the corner. So when I'm going from side to side here, I'm rotating my hip towards the back wall, and then I'm switching, I'm digging that heel into the floor. Let's go for a couple more here. These are transverse lunges or diagonal back lunges. So if it's not feeling great, do a little bit shallower range. Last one here, and go ahead and give me some high knees. If you're not doing any impactful things today, your high knee could become a high march. Totally your call. We keep on going, abs in tight, chest is tall. You've got 3 more seconds, 2 more seconds, and plant those feet. Guard your face, elbow strike and switch. Notice I'm kind of bracing through my abdominals, pivoting off the back of my heel here. So I'm getting my hips involved with the torso twist. Give me 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Jacks. If that's not working, little half jack action works for me. Totally your call. Keep going for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step your feet together. Low squat, stay low, lunge back. Low squat, squeeze. Low squat, stay low, lunge back. Rise and squeeze. Low squat, stay low, lunge back. And squeeze. Last one. Low squat, stay low, and squeeze. Come on down to your mat. So all 4 positions to start. Abs in tight, shoulders back and down. Curl the toes. Shift your weight up and back to down dog. Pedal out the feet. Nod the head from side to side. Shift back to plank. Push up optional. We will do them in the workout today. So if you feel like maybe you want to save your juice, feel free to save that juice. Your call. Let's do 2 more. Shift forward. Push. 1 more time. Team, we've got about 40 seconds left on our warm-up. Once you're in plank, come on down to your hips, hands and heels. Lift off of your seat. Small triceps press, lower down, shift to a side, give me a side plank. Come back, triceps press or dip, shift to the other side and open. Good, last one. Over and hip lift. Other side, of course. It'd be weird if we just did the right and not the left. Good, that is the end of our warm-up, team. If you need a little sip of water, a little wrist ring out, grab it. And we're gonna get started in our first challenge. Everything here is body weight. So we're gonna use just ourselves for this first 4 movement activity. In 5 seconds we go. First thing we're doing, we did it in the warm-up pretty easy. We're gonna go into 1, 2, 3, 4, transverse lunge. Timer starts in 3, 2, 1, we're alternating those sides. 1, 2, 3, drive it back. 1, 2, 3, drive it back. I think I said 4, I totally meant 3. That way you land on the opposite foot each time. If you're not jumping, it can be 1, 2, 3, high knees. Take that lunge back. 1, 2, 3, high knees. There's no wrong answer here. Pay attention to how you're landing, how it feels in your body. Beautiful. Almost there, team. You got about 15 more seconds. Maybe get the arms a little more involved. Get those runner arms. Lunge it back and reach. There's a lot of arms in today's moves today. So I've been craving the arm work. This is 3, 2, 1. Okay, find your boxer shuffle. So you're just gonna shuffle your weight on the balls of your feet. Punch forward, out, forward, up. Forward, out. Oh my gosh, I'm messing up my words. Forward, out, forward, up. Forward, out, forward, up. She's not perfect. Forward, out, forward, up, forward, out, forward, up. I'll show it to you from the side. Forward, out, forward, up. Could you move faster? Yes. Your call. Take care of your body. Again, if the jumping's too much, side to side stepping works. You're there in 3, 2, step to a side. I'm gonna step to my left. Cross reach, shuffle, cross reach, shuffle, cross, get low, cross. So I'm crossing my torso. It's perfect for this track called Cross Me. How perfect. Good. How could I make this harder? I get lower, I move faster, whatever works for you. You've got about 4 more seconds. Get low, reach. This is 3, 2, you have 4 jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Drop down, plank position. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Jump back up. 4 more. I'm making it fairly simple in terms of having to think about it, but it's not necessarily easy. So 4 and 4, regular jumping jacks, and then on the floor, plank jacks. You can step it back. You can always step the feet. I'm less concerned with how much you're getting done, way more concerned with stacking those shoulders, drawing the abdominals in. This is it. 2 and 1. Okay, so this is your first break. We only have 30 seconds between each of our sets. When we finish a block, we'll get a minute. So right now you've got about 17 seconds to rest. Sip of water if you need it. We're gonna start with that triple high knee. Lunge back with the heel dig. All right, breathe in. Make yourself a promise. We go in 3, 2, and 1. Let's push. 1, 2, 3. Lunge it back. 1, 2, 3. Lunge it back. Get that elbow behind the rib cage. Pull those toes towards our face. Boom. Yeah, it's like you're starting like an old lawnmower a little bit. Getting that heart rate up for a Monday. Yes. Finishing this out in 10 seconds. You will not see this action again. Next up, boxer shuffle with the cheer arm. 2 and 1. Bring it into that boxer shuffle. Okay, here we go. Forward, out, forward, up, forward, out, forward, up, forward, out, forward, and up, forward. Abs in tight. The brain is so interesting, right? It's like now it's got it. And before it was like, huh? What do you want from me? Why are we doing this? And now I'm not even having to say it out loud. I just know, right? It's not perfect, but there is no such thing as perfect. So just work to your best ability. This is 3, 2, and 1. Okay, starting here. Cross reach, shuffle, cross, get low. Like you're trying to reach back behind you and pull something into the pocket. I don't have a huge space, you can probably tell that. So I'm making best use of that space. Try to get low in the legs. Try to move quickly, but nimbly. Yes, we look good. Nice team. 9 seconds. We've got one more thing left in our cardio section. First cardio section of the day. Of course, we'll have another cardio section to finish up the workout. 2 and 1. 4 jacks, 4 plank jacks. Let's go. 2 and 4. Jump it back or step it back. Jump it in or step it in. 4 and 4. You're breathing. You're halfway there. Press that ground away from you. Abs in, support. You can do anything for 9 seconds. We got 9. Almost. Finish it out. 2, 1, and done. Okay, so I got out of doing those plank jacks. Break. Grab your sip of water. Do your thing. In the next section, all you need are your dumbbells. I'm using 12s. So those go into the equation. Yes, we'll be on the ground. So we'll start with both. We'll end up with 1. While you rest, I'll demonstrate our first challenge. We're going to start in a suitcase row. After the suitcase row is over, rise to stand, reverse lunge right, reverse lunge left. Drop back into your suitcase row, rise and lunge. Okay, so that's the first activity. You'll need both of your dumbbells. We'll keep them for the second activity too. Timer starts in 3, 2, and 1. Start with your suitcase. Pull those up to your elbows. Go into your reverse lunges. Alternate the legs. Drop in. Now in our strength block, I'm less concerned with our speed, more concerned with our precision. Showing this to you from the side, I think it's super helpful. Drop into what we would call maybe a chair pose. Pull in, rise all the way up and squeeze the seat. Take a reverse, take the other reverse. Upper body nice and tall. Spine long. Nice. If you're losing balance, welcome to my team. I feel like Monday balance is never my strong suit. Okay, wherever you're at, stop here. We need both weights. We're going to come down to our kneeling position. So I have a little space between my inner thighs. I'm going to lean to one side. Squeeze, hammer curl. Lean to the opposite side. Squeeze my seat. Another hammer curl. Mandy, what if these weights are a little too intense for the hammer curl? You could alternate that hammer curl. I'm going over to my left. My glutes are on. Showing this to you directly from the side. I'm not letting my hips drop back. I'm tucking my seat underneath me, leaning to a side, going for the hammer curl, and leaning to the opposite side. Okay, so it's time for push-ups. Remember I said that in the warm-up? Set your dumbbells off to the side. Find a downward facing dog position. From down dog, shift to plank, 1 push-up. Come back up to down dog. Shift to plank, 1 push-up. Now in the second round of this, I'm gonna offer up more. So right now, just focus on good push-ups. What if I need to drop to the knees? Is it just as effective? Yes, because it's an upper body push. So when we go to our knees, it gives us the opportunity to do less with our body weight. So if you feel like, oh man, just pushing myself from the floor, I feel like it's my low back, go to the knees. Always a great alternative. This is 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so this one's tough because it's on our navel. So I'm gonna pull it down to the glutes, tuck my hands underneath my chest here. Lift up, lift the legs, extend the arms, give yourself a little low five. Come back, lower down. Lift off, reach, low five, lower. My hands are literally next to my chest. I'm realizing I'm a little out of the frame for that, so I'll show this to you from here. I'm gonna lift my legs, lift my upper body, reach back and try to connect. I've got time for one more. This is 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest here. So say, for example, you're pregnant or postpartum, being on the belly probably won't work, right? So in that case, if you're doing this workout with me today and you're pregnant or you just don't want to be on your stomach, you could take one leg, extend it back. You're in rest right now, I'm just showing you the modification. Reach back and switch the legs. Lift, lift, reach back and switch the legs. I'll show that to you when we get to it in the second round of our strength, okay? So let's pick up our dumbbells. We'll start with that suitcase row. We're gonna do 2 of those this time. Timer starts now. 2 suitcase rows, 2 lunges. I lunge back left, I lunge back right. So I'm just adding a second row. Stand all the way up, lunge it back, and lunge it back on the other. I love showing this from the side. Rise, step it, squeeze, step, and squeeze. We got time for one more here. This is 4, 3, 2, 1. Finish up your lunge. Come down to your kneel position. All right, this one's not changing. I lean to a side. I do a hammer curl bilaterally. I lean to the opposite. And if you look at my neck and head, it's coming with me as I travel down the side of my thigh. Elbows are pinned to my rib cage as I go into that hammer curl. Again, showing this to you from the side with my glutes tucked. I lean, pull back through center, single hammer curl, and then I lean. You got time in 3, 2. I want you to keep one of the dumbbells this time. Keep one of the dumbbells. Place in the center of your mat. Place your hands to frame that dumbbell. Here's the add-on. Down dog, plank, push, row, and row. It's a lot to remember. Down dog, plank, push up, row left. My row is narrow grip, row right. Down dog. My feet are a little wider this time. Down dog to plank, push up, row right. Switch and row left. Team, you're done in 3, 2. Let's finish with our push up and done. Okay, and last challenge is the locust. You're gonna remove that weight. Showing this to you head on. This time, if you wanted to make it a little harder, I'm gonna keep the supine lift, or excuse me, the prone lift. I'm gonna reach forward, swim back, clap. Reach forward, pull in. Reach forward, swim back, clap. Reach forward and pull in. Okay, I'm gonna show this to you from the side, just so you can see it in full boat. The only thing touching the ground is my midsection. Everything's lifted. I'm gonna take the hands, reach forward, pull back. Give me a full little clap behind the back. Come back, reach, pull, and clap. That is the end of your strength block, block number 2. Rest. Okay, so we're gonna move into our core section. For the core section, you'll definitely need your mat, and you'll definitely need a single dumbbell. So if you need to grab a sip of water, now's a good time to get it. This combo we did in our warm-up. So dip into a forearm side plank is part of today's core work. It's exercises number 2 and 3. So your first movement is going to be, 1 and 2 rather. Why am I struggling? It's the first exercise. We're doing it for 45 seconds. While we're in recovery, I'm going to show it to you. So we're in hands and knees, hands and heels, one dip. Shift to the seat, over to a side, one side plank, okay? Here we go, 3, 2, and 1. Triceps dip, lower to the hip, lower to the forearm, lift. Okay, come into that triceps dip. I'll show this to you from the back. Triceps dip. Set the hips down, roll to a side, lift. Yeah? Then I come back. Lift off the hips, triceps dip. So there's some strength in this effort. Showing this to you again from that side, maybe a little further back. Triceps dip, drop the seat, flip over onto the hip, lift. 3, 2, and 1. Next activity, I want you to come into a forearm plank. Forearm plank. We're not going to just hold forearm plank, however. We're going to take that right leg, lift it, tap, lift, and switch. Lift, tap, lift, and switch. Lift, tap, lift, and switch. So I'm getting that adduction work, that inner thigh work in my forearm plank. I could modify this to my knees, right? So I'm on my knees, pop off the knees, lift, tap, drive back to the knees, pop off the knees, lift and tap. Okay, there's an option there. 2 and 1. Roll over to your right hip or your left hip, it doesn't matter which one. I'm on the forearm of my left. My legs are forward, my top arm is up. I'm gonna lift those legs up, V, into a side crunch. V, into a side crunch. My bottom leg is still lifted. I'm showing this to you, realizing I'm wearing a lot of dark clothing today. Probably not a good choice. Lift, top connector. Lift. I'm less concerned with how many of these I'm doing. In fact, the less you do, the more work it is to keep that leg lifted. Okay? All right, finishing this side. Side V up, side crunch. Flip yourself onto your opposite side. Your legs are about 45 degrees, your forearm and your tricep is perpendicular. I'm going to lift, and then I'm going to bend and connect. Lift, targeting my obliques and my rectus abdominis. Slow and controlled. Yeah. Less is more. Right on that hip bone. If it's really sensitive, mine can be too, just roll your mat up. Give yourself a little more padding. Get it done. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, that's your 30-second rest. So again, if you need a little padding, I know for me, maybe I'll just keep my mat rolled up a little bit. So it gives me a little bit of padding for when I'm on my forearms, when I'm on my hands, all that stuff. So you don't need weights, you don't need your mat, or excuse me, you don't need your band, and you just need you and the mat, okay? We're gonna do all this again, starting at the top. So bring yourself onto your hands and the heels. 3, 2, and 1. Maybe I do 2 dips, and then I shift over to my legs, but this time I stack, and I lift in a full side plank on my forearms. So I'm adding in a second dip, and then I'm progressing to a full side plank on my forearm. You don't have to, right? Option number 1, 1 dip, roll over, modified side plank, get that help from the kickstand leg. Lift up, 2 or 1 dip, totally your call. Finishing this out, we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, next up, moving into that forearm plank, showing to this head on. Forearm plank, lift, tap, lift. Lift, tap, and lift. So that modification would be to drop the knees each time. Tap, lift, lift, tap, lift. Try not to hit your plants. Bend the knees, extend the knees. That gives you a chance to squeeze your seat, lift, tap, and lift. Again, if you're hitting your plants, maybe move. You've got 5 more seconds on this effort. 4, 3, 2, finish this last one out. And I started on my left hip last time, which means this time I want to start on my right, okay? I'm on the forearm, my legs are about 45 degrees in front of me. So make sure that forearm isn't tucked underneath you. Maybe it needs to be a little bit further out. Lift the legs first, connect, and then connect again. Straight leg maybe, bent leg single. Mandy, what if I wanted to make this even more challenging? Bend both your knees in. Straight leg extension, bend both knees in. It is a lot harder, right? Because legs are heavy, they just are. So if your leg is like, no, not today, then do what serves you. Switch your feet, please. Yay, I feel like I'm just now getting it together. Good. Option to make it the harder version because we won't see this again. Nice. Remember, the original version of this is both legs, straight leg lift, one knee connect. Both legs, one leg. But the progression is both legs connect together the whole time, like a mermaid. Yeah? So lift and lift. That's time, rest. Okay, sip of water, because your next strength component does involve our bands. So if you have your band, cool. If you don't, no worries. And of course, if you have any questions, let me know in the chat. Okay. Okay, so we have about 40 seconds till we get started. We are going to go ahead and put the band on and leave it on. So once it's on, it stays on for the whole strength block. So let's put that puppy on. You got 30 seconds. If you don't have one, all good. Think of it as icing on a cake. You could still eat the cake, but you don't have to have it, okay? Of course, I'm sure some people would argue that point, but it's still a cake. All right, so we have about 5 seconds till we get going. Band is on above the knees, so not on the knee joint. You need a single dumbbell. Once you got that single dumbbell, place the feet about hip width apart, so not super far apart. Weight starts behind you. I want you to find a small squat. Good. I'm gonna lift the arms and release. And yes, I am letting it rest on my seat. For now, lift and release. I'm less concerned with how many. This is our strength, so I'm not concerned with my speed. Showing this to you straight from the back. My hands are holding my dumbbell together, okay? So I'm working on that mid-back engagement, posterior deltoid. We're done in 4, 3, this is tough, 2, and 1. Keep your dumbbell, put it right in front of your chest, just the right side. I'm gonna go into a squat, push, 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 return. Squat, triple, push to the right, and squeeze. Squat, 3, 2, 1, return. Squat, 3, 2, 1, return. The weight is just in front of my chest. Squat, 3, 2, 1, return. Squat, 3. The other leg is static, meaning I'm pushing my knee out on the left, but it's not doing this little triple pulse action. It will now though. So finish out the right, step it in, go to the left. Step, 3, 2, 1, squeeze. Step, 3, 2, 1, and squeeze. I'm gonna show this to you directly from the side. Step, 3, 2, 1, rise. Step into your squat, push, 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 squeeze. And when I say squeeze, I'm tucking my seat and pulling my rib cage in. Squat, 3, 2, 1. You guys look great. Squat, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze it in. Now I've got bad news. In about 4 seconds, we're gonna hold our squat, okay? 3, 2, 1. Return to your squat position. Once you're there, Release the weight, bring it to a shoulder, push. Release the weight, bring it to the other shoulder. It's like we're doing this diagonal press. So I'm in this static squat. I'm giving my press a little bit of a little pizzazz, a little zhuzh, right? I'm coming to the shoulder, I'm pushing, I'm returning. I'm coming to the opposite shoulder, I'm pushing and returning. Get lower in those legs if it feels accessible. You're there in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so take a quick break. You get 30 seconds. We're in our second set of our second to last block, our strength block. Okay, all right. So first exercise, in my opinion, is hard enough. Here's how I would make it harder. I wouldn't let my arms rest on my seat, okay? So you can always make it more severe by hinging forward more, and you could not let the weight touch your butt. Totally your call. I'll try to do both. Okay, here we go. Lift, don't let it set. Lift. So my arms have a soft bend in the elbows. The crown of my head, 45 degrees forward. I took a little break. Does that make me a bad human being? No, I needed it. So just listen to what your body needs. Use your breath. Abs in tight. Watch that your back isn't rounding. It's a difficult one to keep the back flat. Stick your butt out, stick your chest out. Good, you got time for 2 more. This is 3, 2, last one. Good, bring the weight in front of you. Keep it here. Crush it between your hands. Left, 3, 2, 1, return. Left, 3, 2, 1, return. Left side only, 3, 2, 1, return. Inhale and exhale. I'm not letting the weight rest on my chest. There's some space there. I know it's difficult because I'm wearing a dark shirt and I have a dark weight. So I'm just giving you that proprioception. Don't let the weight rest. Out, 1, 2, 3, in. Out, 1, 2, 3, switch your legs. Out, 1, 2, 3, squeeze. Out, 1, 2, 3, notice your posture. Are you shrugging your shoulders while you're holding that dumbbell? And if the answer is yes, maybe I bring the dumbbell by my ribs instead, elbows pinned. Out, 3, 2, 1, squeeze. Out, 3, 2, 1, squeeze. You got about 15 more seconds until we hold this squat position and do this like weird twisting press nonsense. So come with me into my deep squat, or excuse me, my isometric squat. Release the arms. Hammer curl to the right, press, return. Hammer curl to the left. So we did a hammer curl today. This is a little post-exhaustion of our biceps. Showing this to you from the side. Dropping into my squat. Hammer curl, a little bit of a twist, and press. Can you sit lower? Why would I ask that? Because you got 15 more seconds. I'm asking myself the same thing. Can I sit a little bit lower? Yeah. And that is time. So in this last section of class, we're back to no equipment. If you want to use equipment, you can. Personally, I'm going to strike a little bit of my set here so you can see my feet, because we're moving into the cardio block and it's really nice to see what's going on with the feet. So a quick sip of water. We're going to go in about half of a minute. It's our last block of work, so we've got about, 6 minutes of work time left. Stick around for a little short stretch and we'll call it. All right, so first activity, you're still in rest. Some of this stuff can be a little bit confusing because it's got some complexity to it. So I'll show you the first complex movement. You're gonna give me a quarter pivot jump, back through center, up, down, quarter pivot, up, down, all right? If you're not jumping, just turn to a side. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Quarter pivot, up, down, quarter pivot, up, down, quarter pivot, up, down, up. I keep wanting to go low first. Up, down, quarter, up, down, modification, turn, up, down, up. I'm bringing my butt with me, quarter turn, up, down, quarter turn, right? So I'm still getting my twist. That is 3, 2, and 1. Okay, this one's a little more challenging. Reach your left arm forward, left foot stays on the floor, right? Single hamstring curl, single wide grip row, single balance on the left. Pull it back. Left arm straight out in front of you. Keep that shoulder plugged in. Oh my gosh. This is one of those sneaky ones that I think it's not going to be too bad, but already my left arm that's not moving is like, what is it? What are we doing? 3, 2, switch it. So now that right arm's going to reach forward. Left arm, left heel to the left seat. So a little post-exhaustion of that front deltoid after doing all those push-ups. Yep. Good. We got less than half of the time left. We got one more challenge to go. This challenge is going to be plyometric. We'll have a single squat jump into 4 elbow strikes. We warmed up with our elbow strikes today. They look like this. We'll go over it here in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so a squat jump first. Elbow 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Land light. 2. Get that elbow across as if you're trying to connect right under to that shin, okay? 1. Pivot, pivot. Get your whole hip to turn. Get that energy from right to left. Squat jump. 1, 2, 3, 4. You got time. Finish it out. 2, 3, 4. Complete. 3 minutes down. 3 minutes go. And then we're going to say our goodbyes after a short stretch. Great news. Whew, we're in December. We have a Saturday pop-up on the 11th. So that'll be Saturday the 11th at 10:30 Pacific. Tell everyone you know. And I'll see you on Saturday, the 11th. Of course, we still have our Mondays all through the month of December. Here we go. Timer starts in 3, 2, quarter turn. Then I go into up, down, up, down. My feet don't have to leave the floor. Quarter turn, feet can stay on the floor. Up, down, up, down. If I wanted to make it a little more intense, I lift off of those feet a little bit. It's a little bit like a squat hop, right? So that can make this a little bit more fiery in the legs. Doesn't have to be that way. Quarter turn, up, down, quarter, up. We're just trying to pick up that pace for the last 10 seconds. Reach with those arms. 3, 2, 1. All right, right arm forward, left pull. Right foot starts to feel that burn because it's supporting our body weight. Pull that elbow back. I'm going to show this to you from the back. Just the left arm, just the left arm. You can do it. You can do it for 18 more seconds. my right thigh, my right foot. I know, but listen, you can see that light at the end of the tunnel. 3, 2, switch your feet. Left arm plugged in, pull right, curl right. Yes. Nice, team. So after we complete this single leg, single arm, ipsilateral side body stuff, we've got that final push home, 45 seconds, big squat jump, 4 elbow strikes. How can I make it harder? 2 squat jumps. Yes, yes. 7 seconds. Last effort in 2 and in 1. Here we go. Squat jump. 1, 2, 3, 4. Squat jump. Or 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, this is it. You are literally 20 seconds away from the finish. I'm trying to alternate my lead elbow. It's not perfect, but hey, I'm giving it 100. This is it, guys. Finishing in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Cheers. We did it. We done did it. Okay, I want to be honorable to your timing. So we're going to stretch right away, and we'll stretch again. We did a bunch of triceps today. So let's go ahead and move our playlist over to the last track, New Adele. Take that arm across the body. Drop in the shoulders. Look over that shoulder of the arm you have across the chest. Maybe that's my left. Plug that shoulder in. Same arm reaches over the head. Push the head into it, soften the knees, tuck your seat and lean away from that triceps. So I'm leaning away. Come back through the center, switch the arms. Across the chest, bring that arm in to help ease it in. Drop the shoulder down, look over that shoulder head of the right. Breathe in. And the reason why I asked to breathe is because that oxygen is going to help release that muscle belly, all that blood flow that might be caught up in there. Same arm reaches over the head. Tuck my seat. Lean away from my side. So not only am I getting my tricep, I'm also stretching through the side line of my body. Push the arm back, push the head back. Come back through center. Good, bring the hands in front of you. Take the right fingertips on top of the left. Dome your back, pull the belly button in. Good, open up to a nice W position. Opposite arm on top, right? If you're not sure, it's all good. It won't ruin the workout, right? Open up. Let's get into the legs. So bring your feet nice and wide apart. Turn your toes pointed forward. Drop into that hip of the right. Fingertips come down on the left. Just take a moment here. Take your hand to your low back. See if you can really drop in a couple of times. Return through center. Switch the foot, switch the hand rather. Opposite hand behind that sacrum. And bend and extend the knee of the left. A couple times. Inner thigh stretch. Come back to the center, place both hands. Heel toe the feet in to a wide yogi squat. Let's get those inner thighs symmetrically. Lift the chest. Bring out the wrists here. Good, we'll say our goodbyes here in a hot second. So rise, stand, shake it all off. Come to the screen. Great job, everyone. Stick around if you have questions. Remember, this workout will become live on my YouTube in about 6 months, but it will come live onto my Patreon today. So if you're interested in getting the latest and greatest, my Patreon is $12 a month. All the info's in our chat, so you should be able to find that there. And of course, stick around if you have any questions or you just want to chat. All right? All right. Au revoir. Thanks for coming.